Saipan and Namaskaram to all of you. Today, we both are here to enlighten you all with the Harikatha on Lord Sri Guruvayurappan. But before we go any further, we bow to the Lord and to you all for giving us this opportunity on this special day. Lord Sri Guruvayurappan is a form of Vishnu and is the presiding deity of the Guruvayurappan temple in Kerala, India. The temple is also called Bhuloka Vaikuntham. The Mulavar is a statue of Lord Vishnu carrying the Shambhu, Chakra, Gada, and a lotus. Ashwin will be sharing with us the history behind the idol and the temple.
Sure, Vithyash. Long ago, Lord Brahma had gifted a murti of Adi Kesava Perumal made by Vishnu himself to King Sutapas and his wife Prishni. They were praying to Vishnu for a child. When Vishnu finally appeared before them, they were so awestruck by his appearance that they asked for a son just like him. Not only that, they repeated this wish 3 times. As generous as the Lord is, he granted their wish and said that he himself would be born as their son in 3 successive births. And not only that, they would be able to worship the idol given to them by Lord Brahma. As promised, in the first birth in the Krita Yuga, he was born as Prishni Garbha, who taught people the importance of Brahmacharya. In the second birth in the Treta Yuga, to Kashyapa and Aditi, God took birth as her son Vamana, the famous dwarf avatar. In the third birth, he was born as Krishna to Vasudeva and Devaki in the Dwapara Yuga. And in all these 3 births, they had the fortune to worship the same Vishnu idol made by God himself. This idol was installed in Dwaraka. At the end of his life on earth, Krishna advised Uddhava, his cousin, to hand over the idol to Guru Brihaspati, as he knew that Dwaraka would be submerged at the end of the Dwapara Yuga. But before Brihaspati arrived at the scene, Dwaraka was already submerged. And so, with the help of Vayu, the wind god, he got hold of the idol, and together, Guru Brihaspati and Vayu set out to install the idol in a place near the Arabian shore. When they got there, Shiva and Parvati appeared and told them that the perfect place to install the idol was right where they were standing. Lord Shiva declared that since the idol was safely installed and secured by Guru Brihaspati and Vayu, the place would be known as Guruvayur, and the deity came to be known as Guruvayurappan, meaning Lord of Guru and Vayu. This is the Sthala Purana behind Guruvayur temple.
Wow, what an amazing history. I'm thrilled to hear that the Lord we are seeing and worshiping has been touched by the Lord himself. Now, let's talk about the Leelas he's performed on his beloved devotees. One being the Elephant King, Keshavan. Keshavan elephant was donated to the Guruvayur temple when he was just 10 years old. As he began to stay there and eat the prasadam, he became so devoted that he started fasting on every Ekadashi day. Also, he used to carry the Lord on his back during this same day too. However, the temple started to receive so many elephants. For this reason, the authorities decided to host a race where the winning elephant would carry the Lord on his back during the procession. Keshavan won every race every time. However, he came in second due to his old age. For this reason, the authorities chained Keshavan up next to the temple. Keshavan broke through the chains and came near the Lord. He bent down so he could carry the Lord. Again, the authorities chained up Keshavan, but this time 3 kilometers away from the temple. Keshavan again broke the chains and came near the temple. What a devotion! From this, the authorities realized that Keshavan did not want to let go of his service to anyone. So they decided to do a Deva Prashna, which is an astrological ritual on the will of the gods. They found out the will of the gods is to have Keshavan perform his duty until his death. Keshavan successfully did this until the day of his death. He died on an Ekadashi day in December. Before he died, he bent down and lifted his trunk as a mark of complete surrender to the Lord. Every year on Ekadashi, the elephants line up in front of Keshavan's statue, and the chief elephant garlands it, thus paying tribute.
Wow, that's unbelievable devotion. If an animal can be so devoted to the Lord, imagine how devoted the humans could have been. This is one such story of a devotee named Manjula. She was a very virtuous and devout girl. Every day she used to hand-make garlands and offer them to the deity in the temple. One day, as she was proceeding towards the temple, she got caught in heavy rains, and fearing that her garland might get damaged, she stopped by a banyan tree and waited for the rain to subside. But before the rain ended, the temple had already closed. Manjula could not bear the fact that she was unable to offer service to the Lord that day, so she decided to give her life instead. Just when she was about to hit her head on a stone beneath the banyan tree, another humble devotee, Pundana, was passing by, and when he saw Manjula, he comforted her in saying that, since the Lord is everywhere, why don't you just place your garland upon the stone? Convinced, Manjula placed her garland on the stone and left for home satisfied. The next day, the priest was removing the garlands from the deity in the temple, but he found to his surprise that there was one garland which he could not remove despite trying with all his might. All the other devotees were puzzled, but Poondanam, who was present, remembered the events from the day before and recognized the garland on the deity to be the same garland that Manjula had placed upon the stone. After telling this story to all the other devotees, they rushed towards the banyan tree, and when they took the garland off the stone, the garland on the deity fell off automatically. Since then, that banyan tree has been named the Manjula Al. Even now, when devotees go to the temple, they also make sure to visit the Manjula tree. This is just one of the many instances where the Lord showed that all he needs is simple and pure devotion, and the next Leela is not short of any.
Wow, what another wonderful story. We've talked about the devotion from an elephant, the devotion from an adult. Can't children also be devotees of the god? Yes? Yeah? Yes? Yeah, that's correct. Here, let me tell you another Harikatha. There once was a very, very poor boy. He, being the devotee of Lord Guruvayurappan, he had no money, no food, and he couldn't find any food anywhere. He was about to give up. Then he found a fruit shop. He rushed to the fruit shop, and not being able to steal the food, he decided to just go for it. He just decided to steal the food. And he took a banana. Being a devotee of Lord Guruvayurappan, he decided to share half of the banana to the Lord by putting it in the hundi, and he ate the other half for himself. The shopkeeper of that shop noticed this and accused the boy of stealing the banana. The boy admitted his mistake and his guilt. However, the shopkeeper did not have the heart to punish this poor innocent boy. So he told the boy to walk around the big Guruvayurappan temple 10 times. He was aghast when he saw the Lord himself following the boy around the temple. That night, the Lord came into the shopkeeper's dream and said, I also had a share of this banana, so I am bound to share the punishment. For this reason, I followed the boy around the temple. The shopkeeper then realized the God's care towards the boy's devotion.
On that note, I remember another story of an ardent devotee who used to offer a share of the yield from his coconut farm to Lord Guruvayurappan. On his way to Guruvayur, he was stopped by some thieves, and they demanded the coconuts from the devotee. The devotee refused, saying that these coconuts are going to be offered to Lord Guruvayurappan, and you cannot have them. The thieves laughed at him, saying that, "Oh, why can't we take them? Are they special? Do they have horns?" And snatched the bag away from the devotee. In the struggle, the coconuts fell out of the bag, and lo and behold, what a surprise! The coconuts had indeed grown horns. Even now, some of these coconuts are on display at Guruvayur temple.
So, Krishna, people have seen Krishna in child form, playing with his devotees, dancing with them, and eating with them. And they're on display at the Guruvayurappan temple. I wish I could go there one day and visit them too. With this, we come to the end of this recitation. We hope you all had a wonderful time listening to Lord Guruvayurappan, and hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you.